Buyer agent might make a little bit less money, or it's going to be harder for for a buyer agent.
Probably,
That I
especially
see
on
some
the more
problems.
expensive listings, because
Yes.
that looks ridiculous if you need to pay someone 20,000.
Yeah.
You're doing a couple big deals, and you
Yeah.
see like how much sellers are gonna pay.
Buyer agent doesn't. I don't know why, but they don't get like
Because-
sometimes.
But buyers feel like, okay, I just need someone to take me around. I know where, I kind of know what I want.
They're
They
like,
think
hey,
they
I
know what
saw
they
it,
think
I
they know
sent
what
it
they're
to
doing,
you.
but they don't.
The agents who are taking care, like
It's always been the
becoming
case.
your friends.
Yeah.
Really step in your shoes. Like, what do you need? Okay.
Right.
Listen, only those gonna exist.
I want to talk about it, and I want to look at it 1 year from now. This is what I think is gonna be working.
Okay.
In MLS, we're not gonna see the co-op, right?
Okay. Yeah,
That's what they
going away.
say.
And we're not gonna be, as a buying agent, calling listing agent and blowing up their phones asking what the co-op is. We're just gonna write a contract.
Okay.
We're gonna add a compensation. They're signing that their agent's fee is X, and they're requesting the seller to pay for it. And then the seller receives all the offers, looks at all the pieces. This one makes the most sense. How much do I pay the buyer co-op? It makes more sense. And then that's how it works. Hey, what's up, guys? On today's episode, we got special guests, Greg and Frank from XR Realty, visiting us. And today I also have Oleg with me from our company, Komar. And today we're just gonna talk about real estate and some changes that's happening in the industry and whatever comes to mind.
Different views we have.
Yeah, different
maybe.
views.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
I mean,
up,
thanks
guys?
for having
How
us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
You got a great office.
First time in our office.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful
We have
office.
Thank you.
suit guys.
Next time we
against
visit your
against
office.
the t-shirt.
Yeah, we got suits against
Hey, you know,
polos.
we
I
want-
mean, old school versus new school.
How long you've been in the business?
Oh, myself?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I've been a long time. I'm an old guy.
40 years?
Not as young as you. No, not 40. Licensed 20 years.
nice.
I've been licensed to 2003. So now I'm here, but 15 years probably full time.
Yeah. Like,
Is in the beginning I started a little bit more
Mhm.
easy transition, part time. I know you guys don't believe in part-time agents, but I was a part-time agent.
No, I mean we have
Yeah.
plenty of
it
part-time.
was a
agents,
different
yeah.
time back in the days. So
It was.
Yeah, I mean no social media,
No
no,
social media.
internet. Was it the books or MLS?
No, we had MLS. The internet was invented.
Yeah, we
Was
had
it
MLS, but MLS was kind of new still.
Still book?
Wasn't like
Still book when you
no,
started?
No,
No.
my book went away like a couple years before me.
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Mm-hmm.
But it was different. It was different. It was but again, different and not different, right? Because now in these days, yeah, we have technology, social media, all that. But it's at the end of the day, it's all about relationship.
Of course.
That's probably the most.
It all depends on like how do you create those relationships? Because right now you can put them on steroids with social media.
That's
absolutely.
true.
You can
Back
pay
then,
for them.
You can pay,
You can pay for them.
but they're not
You
as
no, but
strong. Of
You still, if you want put a lot of
Mhm.
money, you can
Yeah.
you can make
Yeah,
it.
that
You
was
can
out when we were. I mean, it wasn't a lot of people doing it. You were able to buy leads too.
where?
Yeah,
Were
we
you?
were because Zillow was
2000?
around. Internet was going on. So
I mean,
Zillow-
not in 03.
Not in
Zil-
03.
Zillow
Not in
happened
03.
when?
11.
11. Yeah.
11, it got strong. Zillow was out already 06, 07, 08, but it was only a website that gave you an estimate on the
Mhm.
properties.
Right, right,
Okay,
right.
that's how they
They
started.
didn't know
right?
how-
They
to
were-
monetize it yet.
They introduced it. They got the clicks.
That's,
Once
yeah.
they got the clicks,
It's a vital thing. You go in there and you
That's what
see
they
the
did.
number.
Yeah.
that's right.
And
Now
then
they
people,
do-
and then people were able to look and
Now
find.
they showing you the right away. I noticed they showing you the estimate payment on top.
Yes.
Like it used to be, you need to scroll somewhere, you will see it. The Redfin has it like all the way down,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Zillow has it
right
like,
away.
Right away. So
Smart.
they
Right away.
Smart. That's
probably
what people want.
Yeah.
they probably also thinking about like
Yep.
some sort of financing options or something because
You're probably right.
it's over there
You're probably
on the
right.
first page, first line.
Yeah, we were talking about like when I started. Probably Greg started before me, and so the past realtors before that were upset. You talk about disruptors,
Mm.
like they had control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were They used to complain all the time about how people could go online and find property. Where back in the day, you had to go in the office, and nobody knew what was for sale. You had to drive around or go in an office.
I mean, sincerely, the little office like us back then was harder to do
Mhm.
the numbers that we're doing now.
Because you got no name, no
right.
reputation,
Y-
and people used to hang on to it.
That's
yeah?
right. Like
yeah.
the Komar or the XR, probably we could exist, but it would have been not the numbers that we have
You need,
now.
you need big
Trust
names
me.
to just to spread some
That's right.
leftovers of them, so
That's-
that you can just
That's
Get
right.
some-
That's right. Exactly. They had the market. You know what I mean? They had the market, and they were doing commercials, and everybody
Yeah.
want to work with them. But now the social media, the nice
Give a chance to a
iPhone.
little guy.
Give us a chance. We could be as good or even better than them.
Mhm.
That's it. It's all about you.
Of course, now
You
the
know?
now the another disruption, the AI, and
Correct.
nobody knows how we're gonna use it or which way it's gonna go.
Yeah, it's gonna help with also maybe with some content. It's gonna right now. Do you use captions of CapCut? You
I
use
do.
for for
course.
text on your video
Of course,
once in a while.
Yeah.
That's like AI.
it's translating.
Just
You
listens to your voice.
you can
puts
translate
it
to
on
any language right
Correct.
away. It's gonna just
It also does like if you're reading
Correct.
and you're doing content, you're reading. It moves your eyes, like a lot of things. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
So
were you like when Zillow came out? Are you buying Zillow? You paying Zillow?
I'm more
Leads?
I'm more about like more about like analyzing, see how it was, see how things go, how they adapt. And then once I noticed Zillow was getting a lot of traction, I was one of the early on to buy some leads.
How much you were
I
spending?
did. Not that much. Back then it was a few $100s.
Yeah, it's like $200-$300.
$200-$300. You got a
Wow.
lot of leads. But it was all about just working on them, right? So if you were good,
You gotta follow up.
yeah, but not only. All you had to do is just meet them. You had to meet them,
Yeah,
meet
that's the goal.
people, and they
I
were
mean,
like,
if they want to meet, let's go. But some of them they're
Some
not
of
ready
them
to
don't,
meet.
but
You
I
gotta
mean-
not qualified, and yeah.
yeah,
But-
exactly.
but
But,
Right now, how much? 500?
no,
You don't buy no more
right
leads?
now you
Zillow?
talking. I spent like $1,000.
No, but I mean for how much they charge for the lead.
It depends on what zip code where you buy.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
right,
if
the zip
you want
code.
to have some kind of presence, you need to starting 500 minimum.
Minimum, yeah.
I mean, then so if you want to have like decent, you got to be like a
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Yeah. You guys doing any like leads? Like
No.
what?
We spend a little bit on Google PPC.
Google?
Yeah, Google Leads.
Okay.
As you know, the conversion is
super-
extremely low.
Okay.
It's below 2%.
Okay.
If you get 100 leads,
really.
you'll get one
Yeah, that's
closing
not much.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You have to. They're Googling and they're all the way in the beginning of the process. They don't even know what they're interested in yet.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of follow up
Yeah.
involved in that. And yeah, I mean, 2-year-old lead could be ready to buy.
Correct.
With Google. So
Correct.
we don't really like. I never liked online.
Yeah.
leads. I'm like,
I mean, online. I feel like online you just got to be present, right? I
you're
feel
all
like,
over the place. What are you paying Zillow
mean,
for?
No, I know that's right. But on Zillow, I pay because I want to keep up the premiere to be a premier agent. And
You got
there's-
the ego going on.
I do.
Yeah.
I do have the ego.
Are you have?
I do have the ego going.
Do you,
on.
do
I'm
you
not
have
letting go.
Do you have a separate reviews on Google and Zillow too?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. How many
Yeah.
reviews you got in
I
Zillow?
do. On Zillow, about 250.
Wow.
Not that much.
You doing that too?
I could
Yeah,
do more.
I got about 100.
On
Wow,
Zillow separately.
nice.
Zillow,
So
yeah.
Yeah, I got like 16 on Zillow, and I just let it.
Yeah, I'm
But
pushing.
how many
I'm
on
pushing
Google?
more Google. Yeah,
How many you got on
Google
Google?
60.
We got 200
we
for
have
office.
different way.
For
Yeah,
office.
we just go in Google and no
We
Zillow.
go
at
Google,
all.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing.
If you're paying for Zillow,
You know what I mean?
yeah, you want to.
Oh, back then you got to understand. Back then, Zillow was the #1 real estate. I mean, still is #1 real estate website. Yahoo owned it. So if you're on Yahoo, you click real
Would you
estate.
say like more
Or
than
Zillow.
Redfinrealtor.com, Zillow would be first, and then
No clue. But I think the way they like you use Google. I think the way they.
Their estimate is the
It
thing that
I
they
think the way you
probably-
get in front of the client is better. Like the client wants to see a house.
Yes.
That's it.
Mhm.
Not I'm searching real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
okay, they want to see a house on displays. Do you want to go see it? Okay, I'll meet you there. Boom.
Yeah.
That's it.
But this Zillow agreement that came out, 7-day agreement to show, is not going to work in Illinois.
Is it?
Why not?
It doesn't work. It doesn't. It only works in 7 states.
Illinois doesn't. It doesn't work well.
It
You
doesn't
check the
know.
law.
Yes.
You talk with the president today.
I'm gonna. I talked to the
Inside,
president,
just
and I
saying.
also listened to the podcast. They came out today from Illinois Realtors,
Uh-huh.
where Betsy Urbano, I think it's her last name. Sorry, not Betsy. I don't remember the exact last name, but she said that Illinois, that agreement does not work.
Why
So-
is that? Explain.
I forgot
Not
the,
enough
the
lobbying.
reason.
Not enough lobbying.
I'm gonna
probably.
find. I'm gonna
Okay.
find.
I mean, an agreement's an agreement. At the end of the day, it's a piece of sheet. You know, what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
it's
like a listing agreement.
Like
What
if
the
you-
heck?
it-
Really, what's significant about the listing agreement?
Like if you put say expires in 7 days, expires in 7 days.
Yeah, I have aspiration.
We could do one day.
So right
I
now,
could list the product for
I
one
don't know.
day.
I don't know.
You're gonna say you're against me? Like
No. You can list the property for one day.
Yeah.
No problem.
So what's the
Yeah.
difference? Yeah, by agreement you could have okay.
What was
do
the
that.
reason? She said there's
So,
something with
okay,
that.
okay.
Right.
I see
Only
why
7
I see
states.
why they're using it. Like, and what is the whole concept?
You know,
So,
yeah.
so right now, Zillow and Redfin agents. I think you had it too when your clients was working with you, and they just on that one Saturday they don't want to bother you, so they just click and ask.
Yep.
So I spoke with a few of those guys, and they told me pretty much we keeping the list of the properties and the names. So, and we know it was like last month, so they just go and check. Are those property closed?
Mm.
If yes, what the names on the title?
Okay. Yeah,
So
okay.
if
To see
so, more than half of the income they have, they just going for the agents, because I was the procuring clause,
I got it.
so that's
got it.
they trying to prevent that,
I got
so
it.
people not just using them as a door openers.
I got it. I got it. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
No, it
That's-
makes sense. I think Zillow's doing also because they know there's going to be a lot of people who don't want to just sign an agreement
Yeah.
for 6 months, you
Of
know,
course,
and they're like,
of
let me
course.
try to get more lead, you know, try to kind of
Probably
like,
if you just go every day, open the doors and have nothing
Correct.
happening, you're like, okay.
correct.
Something's
Or
wrong.
also to sell more leads, right? If they capture the lead, let's say they go to you like, hey, Oleg, I got this lead. They signed already. They're ready to go. It's a hot
So
lead.
it should be assumable.
Do you
or
want it? Pay
something.
me this.
It should be assumable or something, like, so they can just give it to you right away. Because if it's on somebody's name,
Mhm.
how they gonna give it to you?
Well, they could put you down before. I mean, they could say, "Hey, I got the
Probably.
lead. They're ready to sign the
They're
agreement."
probably going to call. They're going to probably change how they sell their leads. They're going to be the lead without no agreement. The lead with an agreement that's more valuable, and we charge you more.
Probably.
You know, because we already made them sign an agreement
They
That's what
eventually
they're
want to sell the subscription.
Sign
plan,
an
not the-
agreement with who?
with Zillow.
No, you don't work for Zillow. Your sponsoring broker
I
is
mean,
not
not
Zillow.
us, but they'll give it to us and transfer over.
That doesn't work.
It could
You
work.
signed with a sponsoring broker. You become a client of a sponsoring broker. You know.
No, they're just going to be the
Transferring, it doesn't
promotional. There's
work.
going to be a promotional thing. It's not going to be.
They just allow. Well, we'll see how it's going to play out. But they just allow an easy way for a client and an agent to start working
yeah,
together.
that's right. We don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah,
Put it
that's
on,
what
yeah.
Matt said also on August 17th. That's the date.
They
everything
extended
is
it.
going
It was in
to-
July.
Oh yeah, now
Yeah.
it's August.
And I did August,
17th.
and who knows? In a month, it's
Yeah.
going to be September, and
Yeah.
then who knows? It's going to be after election. We don't know. We don't.
After
That Matt
election-
doesn't even know. Sorry,
After
I know you had
election,
math, but he
nobody
doesn't know.
cares. They're just gonna be like, do whatever you want. Nobody cares till next election.
Yeah, right.
Let
No,
them-
I think there will be some changes. Are you guys? What do you guys implement? Like you guys been talking about at the office here
All the time.
all the time? What to change?
Every Friday.
Wow, every
Every
Friday.
Friday.
Man,
I'm talking with every new client. Like there
you're
is
talking with every client.
Yep.
See,
yep.
I'm
How
not-
about the changes?
I'm just-
That's what's happening. There is a chance you're gonna pay. There is a chance.
Oh, you're telling them right away,
And you
Of
had even
course.
clients. I had two
Are they
clients.
signing?
and they still like you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying.
you know the problem is, and we talked about that before. The problem is going to be with your previous clients who bought with you and
Yes.
want to buy something expensive
Again.
like
Again.
something like million something. So they like,
Yeah.
hey buddy, I saw with friends and now you charge
Okay.
me 40,000. Like for what?
Exactly.
For what?
Yeah.
Let me. I'll give you like
I
3,000.
thought we friends.
Yeah.
I thought,
bought with
I
you.
thought we were buddies.
I,
So-
I bought with you a couple times. Let's
So
do
with
a deal, and
with
then
the people
you're,
who buy a million plus, you becoming buddies. You
Yeah.
want, yeah.
So
Yeah.
can I ask you? So you're telling them, okay, hey, we meet, blah blah. There's a chance that if I don't get paid by the seller, you're gonna pay me.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
I'm starting with most likely
You-
you will cover some portion.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So
Don't
you're
you-
telling right away.
what do you say to your buyers?
Okay.
Right now.
Right now?
Well, look.
Let's go and let's see what happens.
No,
You
well,
gotta
look,
do that.
I don't like
I don't bring
it's
it
like
up.
a deal, right? If you don't know things are going bad, you don't. I'm just letting it ride because yesterday was July, today August, tomorrow September. Why am I going to get everyone upset? Maybe I sell 1, 2, 3 tomorrow, and it's done.
That's right.
You know, so I'll just. I mean,
I agree with Frank.
so
But
I,
it makes sense to just let them know that the changes are happening. This
well,
is the chance, but don't stress out.
If they ask
it.
me, like I had on 2 listing appointments. I had 2 people. I had them both ask, and I told them the truth. I go, well, they want like for buyers, they want them to sign a buyer's agreement, and they're not allowing us to advertise the commission on the MLS. It's like, oh, it's like, well, as the buyer, I'm like, they might maybe sometimes they're trying to maybe have the buyer pay, but you know, we don't know if that's gonna fly. So they're like, why would the buyer pay commission? I'm like, I
Exactly.
don't know. I go, I don't know. This is what they're trying
They're all
to
gonna
do.
get pissed off.
But nothing might not even change.
Yeah.
I go, for now, it's the same. It was July. Now it's August. Who know what happens in August?
When
So-
you know how it was, it sounds weird. But when you buying first time, they just that's how it is right now. That's it.
I've told 5 people, 5 buyers about this change, and I told them there's a chance you're gonna have to pay the commission. 99% of chance, probably in my opinion, the seller is probably still gonna pay. But if there's no fee, I'll let you know before we see the property. And if there is less than what my fee is, we either can ask it from the seller or you'll have to cover it. Never anybody said I have a problem with it.
Yeah.
They
Well,
always
they
said,
might not
okay.
say it, but they might say like, you know what?
Unless they,
Maybe,
you
you
know, that's
And I
gonna
told
be-
them this is the changes that are happening in nationwide. So I'll let you know if that's something like that happens. But so far, don't stress too much. But I just have to let you know. Next time, if they end up liking the house that doesn't pay, you can bring it up again. And then it's not that stressful because if they see it here the first time after the showing, that's too much stress. That's like, you know,
we need to go over
plugging
and
220
still
in the heart.
add money to you. Like
Yeah.
that's.
I mean, it depend on it's going to depend how much money they have, these buyers, right?
Mhm.
If you're talking with a wealthy buyer that has like, you know, he has 100,000 to put down, then whatever, paying you 5-7 grand is
If it's
okay.
5-7, that's
You
what
know?
I'm worrying. The expensive listings, that number is gonna sound like,
Yeah,
little-
that's a hard pill to
a
swallow.
little-
It's
bit-
going to
Yeah.
sound like you're a greedy guy.
yeah, you greedy guy.
And you
because
wanna make too much
you
money.
want
You called me greedy
25,000
guy
for
one
showing
time.
up 3
I did
times.
call you greedy.
On the podcast,
Yeah, I
you're
did.
greedy.
I
Because
did.
I wanted 10% cash on cash.
Yeah, you wanted to. Yeah, that's
You
right.
said you got to go with 8. I
and now you
can't.
probably bought a 6 and you bought a building, but it's okay.
Not 6. Cash on
I mean,
cash?
it,
No.
it probably increased. Now.
Whoa, yeah.
It increased now. Yeah. Now you're probably 15. But when you bought it, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't too
low.
high. It was low.
But anyway, yeah, I just feel like if there's nothing to talk about, I bring it up.
I mean,
This
for now, yeah.
For now, I
We're
mean, we're still.
I mean, as an office, we're talking about it. We're trying to figure out. But we want to see what are the forms coming out. How is everybody going to adapt? Like, what is Remax going to
No
do?
forms coming out, just so you know.
Okay.
Just one
So what-
exclusive buyer representation agreement might change.
So
I
what's-
mean,
wait, okay, so what's it gonna say?
I have
Just
no idea.
remove the number from
It's
the
gonna
MLS.
change. It's gonna
Yeah.
change like compensation
I mean,
and
lately-
value proposition. There's for sellers. There's 105 things that the
Mhm.
buyer's agent does for the buyer. For the seller, it's 179 things. We have those uploaded in Google Drive for our agents to go over and learn and make sure that they convey that to our clients. Because buyers right now, I'm like, why do I need you now? That's the question. Because like, if
Right.
there's a risk that I need to pay for you, then why do I don't need you?
Yeah, just go.
So
figure
now
it.
agent's job is to communicate the value. Like, this is what we do for you. This is why we care about you. This is what we're gonna.
Yeah, but you
Make
know,
sure
every
you
week
do.
you're going to have to deliver that value because every week the buyer's going to feel like you're not delivering that value.
That's
Wait
If
until
you
when
don't
they-
deliver the
That's-
value,
That's
wait
true.
until-
That's true. Especially if you work. Sometimes you feel overwhelmed when you have like a lot of people looking for this in the same time,
Yeah.
and sometimes you want to have like a Sunday. So
Correct.
so that's gonna be an
That's right.
issue. Like
Sometimes
Sunday-
you want to have a Sunday.
Sunday
Yeah,
is for
sometimes you
open
wanna have a
houses.
Sunday.
I know.
And they're gonna
Sunday's
say,
open house day.
Here's like we were talking before we started, and he was saying like, okay, you're going there, you're gonna show like a big ticket house, and they're asking him like, oh, what about this one? What about that one? Right? You're getting
Yep.
questions. So like, I don't know. The way my mind works is that's what they're saying to you. What are they not saying to you? Are they saying like, well, I'm tired of that. I don't want to deal with this drama. Let me just call the guy and let's sign. Call it a day. So that's
go where?
call the guy, they might just call the listing agent, call it a day. Why are they going to keep asking it? Like, that's where I kind of try to make it more.
Call listing guy.
That's
Call
what-
listing agent.
I mean, well, if they keep asking, like, okay, 30,
But the
40,
listing agent needs to work double.
I
also,
know, but 30, 40.
But they're going to call the listing agent.
but
30,
but,
40,000.
okay, so-
Maybe.
okay, but about the listing,
maybe, yeah,
let's-
maybe.
let's-
I don't
let's-
want to live on a maybe.
let's discuss about the listing agent, because pretty much all the big names you cannot call them.
Mhm.
You're just calling this somebody on a desk. Hey, this is Katie. How can I help you?
Right.
And then I'm
Or
blah,
goes
blah,
to
blah.
voicemail and
Yeah,
says,
I'm
"Hey,
the-
you
I'm
call
Mr.
Greg.
I'm
Ciao."
It's true.
So
it's true.
how you like you not will be even able to show it to go inside because nobody's picking up the phone. That's it.
But maybe. But if my calls increase, then I'm going to implement a different way.
Yeah.
Of course.
Then I'll implement where I have some.
So will you? Okay.
agents.
So will you just?
But you're
taking
gonna charge the seller twice.
I won't take them myself.
Yeah. Let's say
I'll
you
get
have a
back to you
listing.
on
Let's
that.
have your
Yeah.
listing. You have a listing.
Yeah.
Good listing. No problem. Somebody's calling you directly.
Yeah.
We don't have an agent. We want to work. We want to buy it. So what
Okay.
you gonna do?
I'll send one of my agents. And
How would you gonna compensate him?
Yeah.
I'll compensate them. They'll just become.
You're gonna charge the seller twice.
I mean, the seller, I'll have a different structure.
So
Yeah.
let's say you
I have
have
a
It's gonna
different
cost the seller
structure.
same thing.
let's
I'll
say
have a different structure. with
let's
the
say you
seller.
have just a commission for yourself. That's it. Salaries like don't want to pay anything else. So what's your
Yeah.
commission? There is your commission. Good. We don't want to pay another agent.
Yeah, so seller, I'll say, hey, instead of paying percent, if I do it by
No,
myself.
look at this guy. He's like everybody's paying. What do you mean?
Who? The seller's gonna say?
Yeah, like my buddy just sold for 2. Let's say you have a listing and you have an X commission and it's
Yeah.
only commission for yourself. So the seller telling you, I'm not gonna pay nothing more to the buying agent. So X is your commission. You're gonna split X, or what you're gonna do? You're gonna
You got X plus Y.
like you.
So let's. Well, I don't. Well, no, you answer.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun.
That's
Like,
your listing.
we
That's your
don't know
listing.
how it's going to
Yeah,
work,
that's your listing.
but
Like-
it's going to be. I feel the listing agents it's a double amount of work. Yes, you're gonna send one of your agents, and have them something to work with, but they're not gonna work for free.
Yeah.
It has to come from
So
somewhere.
still you're splitting
I
your.
could. Okay, so this year I had a condo. The guy in the building knew the owner, knew my client.
Yeah.
And he called him. He tried to backdoor me and say, "Hey, I don't want to pay any commissions. Let's do it without realtors."
I saw that reel on Monday. Yeah.
And my client called me. He's like, "Frank, I don't know. Can we do it? Can you just discount it?" So he discounted it, and we sent somebody else. I mean, that agent's not doing what they're not doing 100 showings.
Correct.
They're going to show one thing.
Correct.
I gave him a piece of it. That's it.
Correct.
So that could work like
So
that.
probably you can just split the X a little for the
I
agent
mean,
who's gonna
he's
go.
getting instead of paying the other. He was planning on paying. It doesn't line up totally with your example, but he was planning on paying 2 people. So so he's not paying
but
2.
that's now. That's now.
That's now.
We're talking about the future, distant future, when you like, this is your commission X. That's it. Now, no more.
Yeah, well, I mean, then it might be like that. But the thing is even what if he is offering it, but then people don't want the drama of maybe I got to pay my guy. I'll just call
So
him.
my point, I'm sorry. My point was that listing agent you don't wanna deal with, especially with first-time buyers. They're just gonna call you, and you have a seller, and now you have a buyer. You don't want to be dual agent,
Yeah.
or you're gonna pay someone
Okay.
else.
Your point is that the buyer agent is always going to exist.
Of course.
Yeah.
And is going to get paid.
Of course.
Okay. I don't
you think-
think forever.
Mm,
Believe it or not.
interesting.
Depend. Not
No-
for
no
now.
value.
We're fine for the next 5 years. After that, people get more savvy and people understand
Maybe
this.
maybe it's gonna
change.
develop.
It
more.
depends. They don't know. This is a try. I'm telling you. This is like
But so
they're testing the market.
like the same thing was like on the car market when Carvana came up. Like that's it. No dealerships. No nothing. When Tesla show up, their strategy. Nobody's gonna go to the.
Yeah.
People still go to the dealership.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of
You
Tesla.
know, yeah,
there's a lot of
Saturday.
Tesla out there, and
Of
Elon
course.
Musk is making a lot of money.
Oh, of
actually.
course, of
So,
course.
Saturday,
kinda
one guy
working.
tells me, these car sales guys are gonna be wiped out soon because everybody's gonna be buying like Tesla. You come in, there's no salespeople, you just buy what's available. I don't think so.
I don't think buyers.
It's a
I don't think buyers
long-
agents will go away. I
Me
just
too.
think
Yeah.
that. I just think this is a disruptor, and we'll see what happens. But
Not
I don't think it's
everybody
gonna-
just want to spend like hundreds of hours in YouTube online just to figure out all the things they need. Like
Yeah.
they
Don't you see, like, you primarily on the buyer side?
mostly, yeah.
Yeah, you're creating something out of nothing a lot of times.
Of course, and they sometimes people will
Sometimes-
telling me like, okay, we're looking for this and that, and I'm like, okay, this
And
this budget doesn't work here. That's it. Like I
Yeah.
can show you a few different locations here, there, you to consider, but just here you can spend all your life looking for the house. Here it just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Here. So sometimes they just to know that they need to spend some time, and not only that,
Correct.
like sometimes they're looking for the newer house
I
and
mean-
they don't know where those newer houses are existing.
I mean, for me, for the next 5 years, we're still going to be the buyer agent is going to exist. That's for sure. People are not ready to this big change, but the buyer agent might make a little bit less money, or it's going to be harder for
Probably, yeah.
for a buyer agent.
Probably, yeah.
That I
especially
see
on
some
the more
problems.
expensive listings, because
Yes.
that looks ridiculous if you need to pay someone 20,000 for sure.
But when you're signing a listing agreement, you're
So-
also explaining that my fee is this much, and it also they look at it as a lot of money
of course,
when you're on the listing side too. They know your numbers, and when they say paying both sides, sometimes it's a lot of
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
You're doing a couple big deals, and you
Yeah.
see like how much sellers are gonna pay, and
That's-
they know it up front.
The
And they're
listing
ready to pay.
agreement, though, I don't know. They feel like you work more. The buyer agent doesn't. I don't know. I don't know why, but they don't get like
Because-
sometimes.
But I think sorry to cut you off. I think buyers feel like, okay, I just need someone to take me around. I know where I kind of know what I want.
They're
They
like,
think
hey,
they
I
know what
saw
they
it,
think
I
they know
sent
what
it
they're
to
doing,
you.
but they don't. But where listing is like, okay, I want someone that's got a track record that's sold stuff because they're selling. This is my
Yeah,
house,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I
Right.
gotta,
I give you something.
yeah. The
Right.
buy. Sometimes people use buyer agents of like, oh, I'm just gonna go. Oh, they just need someone to take me around and get me in the house, and then you got to really sell yourself and show
Probably.
you like,
So the point you're making that the agents who are taking care, like like
that's always been the
becoming your
case.
friends,
Yeah.
really step in your shoes, like what do you need? Okay,
Right.
listen, only those gonna exist, and the savvy people or more advanced people who's like not into emotions, just just
Yep.
check, like I need something like that from those two. I like this one, this is fine. So probably they're not gonna.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
They will be like, okay, this is
I agree with
this
that.
is pretty okay.
It kind of like the travel business right now, right? Most of the travel agents, people who go on orbits, but there's still elite travel agency like that does cruises,
But I can't. I'll
special
say-
weddings,
Destinations.
travel
yeah.
agency.
I mean, that's extreme.
it's
But I'm
the-
saying
yeah.
they still exist. Some
Well,
still
and I
exist.
think that's where we fall into is like, okay, every house is different. Like you can't compare houses to cars because cars, like you said, Tesla, the 2025 Tesla is the 2025 Tesla.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
get
so
it
you're
here,
right,
I
you're
get
right.
Des
Listen.
Plaines, I get it Northbrook,
what
I
you're
get it
getting.
Naperville.
Same
It's
product.
the same
Yeah.
thing, same
Yeah.
product.
Right.
What's the difference?
I know. This is still a really stressful and emotional thing for buyers. They're still going to want an agent. That's 100%. I'm not questioning about that. I'm questioning about the money.
Yep.
They're not going to want to pay you that much money.
Because they probably half
know?
of them didn't even like
They didn't even know.
they didn't even know.
They're like, oh, whatever.
They opening the master statement.
So as long as
and
I
the
don't
close
pay.
like, oh, who's getting 16,000?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy? Ah, okay.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, wow, good for you. You make good money.
That's
That's
good.
it.
And just
I know.
just kicking her husband.
So
Look
I
at him.
yeah.
16,000.
So I think that might be a problem. So that's why by me, we're telling a lot of people like, hey, we got to work out with the seller, and I think there is. I think for now that we still could work it out with every deal where we make the seller pay. Depend.
But on another side, let's say you have a good listing and you want to sell it for top dollar and you
true.
want to
Yep.
create the multiple offers
Yep.
which everybody wants,
Yep.
and your seller can offer the compensation. So
Let me
that's
tell
a
you
good
how.
advantage. That's a good advantage for you
That's true.
and for him
That's true.
to create the potential interest.
This
I
clip
agree with
I
you.
want to be recorded, and I wanna talk about it, and I wanna look at it 1 year from now. This is what I think is gonna be working.
Okay, go ahead.
In MLS, we're not gonna see the co-op, right?
Okay. Yeah,
That's what
going
they
away.
say.
And we're not gonna be as a buying agent calling listing agent and blowing up their phones asking what the co-op is. We're just gonna write a contract.
Okay.
We're gonna add a compensation. We're requesting the seller to pay the buyer's agent compensation. The buyer is not coming out of the money out of the pocket. They're signing that their agent's fee is X, and they're requesting the seller to pay for it. Offer comes out, pre-approval letter, appraisal done or whatever, and then that addendum. And then the seller receives all the offers, looks at all the pieces. This one makes the most sense. How much do I pay the buyer co-op? It makes more sense. And then that's how it works.
Or try to negotiate it.
They try to negotiate,
They
or because I've had deals when my co-op was this much, the buyer's agent asked me for more. I call the seller, seller says, no problem, give it to him.
That's when you're not selling.
That's a pretty.
I had it twice.
No, I'm saying that's when the
I
listing.
mean, when the listing's not selling, he's saying.
Of
Frank.
course, if you have multiple offers, then
Why would you bother
you have
your-
other options.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I
And
think it's-
also,
But if there's multiple offers, and a lot of people can't afford to pay their agents, those addendums will be something that's coming out
Yeah.
a lot, and it's going to be
Yeah.
a training on it, and then it's going to be how it's going to work. Yes.
Like if there's
Yes.
somebody at Starbucks and I start talking about real estate and everything,
Yes.
Illinois is saying you're their agent now.
Yes, you
And
become
need
an
to
agent.
You're
by law.
responsible to add to
Yeah.
By
you're
law.
their
Let's-
agent.
let's go. Let's go.
He's going.
let's go,
we
let's
can
go.
go.
So now you're their
going.
agent.
We're going.
You know.
Okay.
But I'm saying like a Zillow way, like my clever way, and I'll tell you because I'm upfront with everything I do.
Yeah.
I'll just put like, hey, work with me. We put cancel anytime.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm like, you're not stuck with me. We cancel anytime.
You
A
can-
lot of the offices are not going to do that.
That's a good approach because you cannot
know?
you cannot force people to work with you. They're gonna
Yeah.
hate you.
I'm
But
going to have
the
the terms. I'm
agreement
going to have the
requires
terms.
a
I'm going to put
fee.
everything.
what's that? What?
Agreement requires a fee.
We're going to put it, but it's going to show cancel anytime, and
So you could cancel it. If
you
don't
could
like it?
cancel. We redo it.
Or you could
if
addend-
in case
you could
they
put an
don't-
addendum.
But you cannot cancel it on a house I already showed you. You cannot just cancel it and go with somebody else with just a lower
Correct.
commission.
That's iffy. Yeah.
That's of course.
Because then
that's-
you're recording
That's
costs.
that's where, yeah, that's
Yeah.
where it gets iffy.
Thanks for the coffee.
Greg,
Ole.
you were-
I appreciate the coffee.
No problem, man. You were. Be careful. You're gonna.
Okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
be
don't want to
careful.
ruin your furniture.
Just put it here.
okay.
Question for you. You're listing heavy, right? You pretty much.
Yeah,
you
I do
work
a lot of
only
listings. I
You
do a lot
work
of-
pretty much on the sellers.
70-30.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
70-30? You still do? You still working with buyers?
I do some buyers. Yeah.
Somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
Those who are selling and buying.
I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I love bringing buyers to houses. I love all that. I love that more than selling. I love talking with people and driving people and seeing different houses, but it's time consuming. It's hard. Of
course.
It's just, and sometimes there's no.
You know, I'll tell you something.
That's what it is.
Yesterday I went on inspection in Romeoville. I drove.
Yeah.
I did inspection. I spoke with buyers, then the
Yeah.
inspector, and then I'm driving home, and I'm like, I'm missing this because I've been doing it less and less. I've been doing more of recruiting.
But it's
and
fun,
brokerage.
right?
I'm like, this is fun. You know, this is where's work? Show me the work. There's no work here. You know, it's like all fun. You know, and yeah, it's but. When you do a lot of it, then it becomes
Then it becomes
consuming,
work.
and you have no time for
It
yourself.
becomes work.
But I
Yeah.
think overall, besides, I know have a brokerage and you're running a brokerage. Overall, I think in the next, with all this stuff changing, there's going to be a lot of brokers that are going to go away. You know?
We're gonna
I think we're going to
consume it.
survive, but they're going to be like, things are going to change.
Yeah, the good numbers, especially people who
You know?
who were doing part time.
Yeah.
There is no sense.
gonna be hard.
That 0 cents to be part time.
Yeah.
Because before
Yeah.
you were just
It's
catching
gonna matter.
someone
Yeah.
who wanna buy, maybe
Yeah.
from your friends.
You know what's
but
gonna
now
happen?
you need to have
Yeah.
a skills to charge them.
Correct.
For that.
Exactly.
So-
Now the skill, or
Like,
to
and you
have
don't-
this.
and you're not even the agent full time.
Well,
Yeah. You have to have a lot of skills
Yeah,
to charge them, to tell the seller to pay you. Like, it's like
company
every deal is like a
leadership.
buy owner deal. That's how it becomes.
So I wanted to run something by you because there's another side to when you have this agreement. This is what I said, and we talked about it. It's like, okay, so now you got someone locked in for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
right? And maybe now you want to have every Sunday be a Sunday.
Of course,
So now they're locked in.
That's true.
What are they gonna do?
they feeling like this guy is not. He was good at the beginning when he expected we're gonna buy like this, but now
But
we checked 15 houses and he's not that quick.
or it's Sunday and you're
phone.
like, you know
That's
what?
true.
Can we just go on Monday? But now you're like, well, if I don't go, someone else is gonna go because you have that urgency.
But they can always cancel the contract and go with somebody else.
I mean,
Not- not if you
put
allow
that,
'em.
if you put that as an option. See, this is what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of disputes too because let's say
It's like a listing. If you don't put an option,
I'm going to put cancel anytime, but you think Senju 21, Remax, all their offers, the broker, their manager broker, going to allow them to put cancel anytime? No, they're going to have a term.
That's gonna be a standard contract. Yep.
It's going to be a standard contract, and a lot of buyers are going to get frustrated because a lot of agents are not going to jump that fast anymore. So that could happen
So,
too.
yeah, it could
gonna be
go against
interesting.
the consumer. Like everyone's like,
Yeah.
oh, when you just go, you're not looking
I
at
mean,
the,
this
you're not
is gonna
looking,
go-
you're
this
not,
is
you're not
wrong.
looking at the other side.
That is wrong in my opinion. If you
It's-
lock in the buyer and then you let the buyer out, if you're not
but
producing for the buyer,
I mean,
But
it happens
that's-
with
but,
listings.
but that's your opinion. But your opinion could be
but no. This thing's different because you can hold the listing on the market, not cancel it, and then you're like some agents if they have that in there. But what if the buyer just goes with somebody else and buys? Okay, you had a contract.
You have a contract.
Sue me.
You need to go for them.
you can
after
set the
them.
title.
you
You
can.
could stop the closing.
I guess.
You could set a commission statement, title company. You're like, I got a contract. Here you go.
There's going to be, it's going to
You
be,
can.
Stopping the
Yeah.
stopping the.
You can. I mean, I'm not saying I would do that.
That's
I would
gonna-
never do that.
That's
But
gonna hurt the Google reviews and especially Zillow reviews.
yeah, a
too.
lot of, yeah, of course.
I wouldn't
Of
do
course.
that. But I'm saying people. You don't think
That's gonna
people.
be.
You don't
that's
think
gonna
people
be
are going to not
who's
do
gonna
that.
do it for sure. That's gonna be people who's gonna do
You
it.
don't think people are going to do that. So.
Of course.
And you're looking, well, it sounds bad when you say it like that, but if you're like, hey, we went out Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, then we went out Sunday, then Tuesday. Now it's Wednesday, you want to go out again and be like, okay, man, I got back-to-back stuff. We could go on Saturday, and then they like, forget it. I'm going to call Redfin or Zillow, and they go, what do you think that guy's going to do? He's got ammunition. I'm just saying there's another side to it. It's not all pro-consumer.
When you go by performance, you're going to get the best of the individual. When he's like hungry about that commission, hungry about like he could lose a deal, he's going to be all over.
I think it's for better for the quality which gonna be provided to the customer because
Maybe. Or
because
it could be.
like we.
Let
we
me tell you
just-
something really fast. Sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
because you're from Europe too. I'm from Europe. In Italy and Ukraine, I'm positive too. There's good quality of life. The agents have good quality. Dude, they're lazy. They're not for the consumer. They don't care. They
paid-
take their sweet time.
They
because
paid.
they have all these
they-
agreements.
They paid automatically. I have it. That's it. I'm paid.
Yeah.
Because I know how it works in Ukraine. So
Yeah.
that nobody else could be paid on this one.
Exactly.
So, and you're not even showing they don't have MLS. So you don't showing even the address. It's just the pictures. There's no view from
That's
the window.
right.
No
Yeah.
view from the window. So you, God forbid, you know the address. No, this is just the property you
Be-
wanted.
Yeah. But Ukraine,
That's
the buyer
Buyer's paying.
pays. Yeah, it's the same thing in Italia. Yeah, the buyer pays. It's not better for consumer. They actually liked our old system.
I
It
think
just
the
You know?
system was so perfect.
It was decent. It could have changed a little bit, but it was decent.
But it's gonna
We'll see.
provide better quality for the buyer.
Maybe.
I think.
We'll see.
After it settles, after everybody
Afterwards.
know what's going on, it's
Real
gonna be
estate
better.
is a huge sector in American economy.
100%.
It carries a lot of other industry
100%.
along, so
They're
it
not
has
gonna
to.
let it crash.
It has to. Yeah.
course.
They're not going to let
It
it
has
crash.
to sell.
Es-
Things have to run.
Especially the
The-
number of transactions
Yep.
needs to stay because title companies, moving companies,
Yeah. Home
everybody's
Depot.
you can
construction,
just
oh,
slow down 10% and you will slow down so much
you'll slow
in
down
so
much.
many different
sectors.
niches.
Yep.
So we'll have more homeless people, more people with the
I
signs
agree.
like work
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah.
So nobody's
I
gonna
agree.
allow it.
No, I don't think it's going nowhere. It's going to be interesting. But there's also a date, I heard, on this whole settlement of 7 years. So in 7 years, the whole thing could get reversed with no problem.
Have you seen the video? How much they probably gonna
There's a
get the people who were
Oh,
starting this lawsuit?
oh, it's ridiculous.
$20.
$20.
Oh, yeah, those guys. Yeah, there's $20 for
It's
them.
always $20. Have you ever received like
Class action. It's always like
class
that.
action from
Yeah.
Facebook? Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I
like
never applied.
$3.99.
When you get like the...
No, I even got a check.
I
I
got
even
a check
deposited.
to-
I don't want to touch
I
it.
didn't want
I
to do
got
it.
a check
no.
$3.99. I was like
But think
No.
about the
leaking of
attorneys.
your personal data or something.
But think about becoming an attorney, and you like that's better, the best commission ever. You get a good law, you sue somebody, get a good case.
Of course, that's that's
they
the
made
only
big
people
money,
who
that
making
firm.
money over there. That's
Those-
the only people who making money over there. You know what? You know what frustrates me? That they regulate agents a lot, and
Yes,
probably nobody's looking into the title companies.
there's more than title company.
It's a lot of money buried over there, unnecessary money.
That's true.
Because you don't need all those fancy buildings.
That's
You
true.
don't need so much stuff.
That's
You
true.
can pretty much. How much usually
Yeah.
right now is a closing fee? Like around 3,000, something like that.
There's a settlement fee. There's
But
a
all
title
like-
insurance.
So that's
Yeah.
that's another 3,000 that buyers.
There's a
paying,
lot of sector.
spending over there, and it's why it's to be like that.
Frank is laughing.
Could be like 900.
Like, look at this guy. He
there's a
wants
lo-
to
there's a lot of-
unfold it all.
No,
No, no.
It's but I say it too because like we're the only ones who people know what we make.
Yes.
Of course.
The loan officer,
They don't know.
No
Oh,
one
that's completely under the rock.
no one
Yeah.
knows.
Nobody knows.
All that stuff, it's not disclosed. But then everyone. That's why everyone's always
The
after
lawyer,
our-
even the lawyer,
Lawyer who's
the lawyer, the seller side, they
Of
don't know.
course,
Oh,
kickbacks
poor guy, he
never-
made $600.
Yeah, kickbacks
Yeah, right.
never on the master statement. So agent is just I don't know.
It's
just
there, like, oh, this guy's making all this money.
So title company, I think it's a ripoff for the money they charging you. At least some of them has a fancy building, some of them blah 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 blah. But normally, do you need to charge? And especially if you're selling something small,
Yeah, I know.
you buying like some one
200,
bedroom for
$100,000.
$900,000,
and it's
and you're
it's
paying
$6,000.
Yeah, like,
I know.
what the hell?
I know you're right.
This
I
is-
agree with you.
So
I know.
the moment we go online closings, that should disappear. That
Yeah.
should be like $300.
I think eventually we're gonna.
Eventually, yeah.
There's gonna be more. It's gonna be around. Call me crazy, but it's gonna be around NFT, where everybody has like a special code online, and all your
Something like
title,
that.
all your
For sure.
everything
It's the
that under
future.
you is gonna be one click.
Agree. 100%.
So the future is gonna
This
change.
like scheduling and meeting, and
Yeah.
this doesn't work for attorney.
And
This doesn't work for
and
the buyer.
pounds of
And
papers.
this doesn't
Yeah.
work for realtors. We need to combine the time.
this is
Everybody gets together, sits for 3 hours.
yeah, it makes no sense.
And especially they still printing
2024.
those like papers that people never gonna use it. Like buyers asking me,
Oh,
do we need those papers to sell the house? You can throw
Yeah.
them out right
I t-
now.
No, that's
Yeah.
for your
Right now.
records. Yeah, just to
Yeah,
see what
just
you
right
signed.
now.
a lot of sellers like, what do you need, Graham? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't need nothing.
You don't need
I
it.
mean nothing. I just need your
So- so
address,
they
and I'll
still-
take care of the rest.
They still trying to make a intention that a lot of things happening here.
I know.
Even though it's 3 things happening there.
I know.
But
I know.
yeah, nobody's going for the title company. That's my
know.
point.
I know. But it will survive. You know, you guys have a good brokerage. I've been seeing a lot of good things. Congrats, both of you. You guys had a great year too last year.
Yeah, you know, in April, I had it on the screen. We hit out of all the brokerages in the MLS.
I love it.
What do you love? I haven't finished it.
I love. I know about it. I know about it already.
Brokerage in MLS, there's like think like 5,000 brokerages. We're number 69.
Man,
Wow, that's
You know,
great.
Yeah,
pretty
it was
good.
good. Yeah, it's months of April. Yeah. Based on the
It was a
volume
busy month.
and amount of closings. Yeah, I think we did like 50 closings in April. That was good.
So you're your top guy in the office.
Him,
Wow.
Nice.
Congratulations.
We're top.
top guy. He's I think you closed like 27 deals already.
Yeah, something
Sick.
like that.
Right. Yeah.
Man, that's pretty good actually.
Yeah, last year
Very
I
good.
cleed
It's his third year in the business.
I mean,
Wow.
Two and a
That's
half
huge.
years in
two
the
and a half
business.
years. So
That's
last year I
huge.
closed 60 deals for 19 millions. This
Yeah,
year
that's
I'm
huge.
hitting like 20 probably. But let's see what's happened after the.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
no,
It'll be
if you're in
You'll
a
be
good,
fine.
you're in a good pace.
He's in the beginning, so he doesn't have too many sellers. He has more buyers.
What do you have pending usually on the pipeline? At least 10,
From 5 to 15.
5 to 15.
Depends.
Yeah, plus or minus.
Yeah. Right now it's like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
But
and then it goes
2
up.
weeks
well.
ago it was 14.
Yeah,
Makes
so that's
sense.
good.
So, yeah.
That's what you need.
2 days ago it was 1. So I was like, damn.
Yeah, and then you get scared, right?
What
yeah.
the hell? What the hell? But no,
Yeah, 'cause he's got a bunch of closings the same day.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you're gonna close at least 75 this year.
No, I don't want to. That's not healthy number. No. I want like 50, but more
50?
expensive. Yo, no.
I get it.
You're doing
But-
listings. Try to. There is some people who just gonna buy like this, but there is a people who
Yeah.
wanna see
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
25 houses.
It's hard.
So
Yeah,
How many you do?
it's tough.
You actively producing?
Yeah, I'm active producer myself. I'm about 100, plus or minus 90 to 100.
but
Yes.
mostly listings. You said 70.
I do a lot of listings. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to leverage with buyers. On it's impossible. I was
That's
where
why
you were.
70 is just that's a crazy number. I
When
don't
you
know
go
if
to 40, 50, it's already tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough. You know, what I mean, there's a lot of running
and you
around.
need a good attorney because if it's
That's right.
something happening in that end, oh my God, you became in the attorney.
Yeah.
You're trying to
Managing transactions.
trying to put everything together and it's falling apart because
What
it
about
Yeah.
you,
was
friend?
just-
How many? You
I did like 50 last year. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Top guys. Here you
So
go.
what's your where are you getting your listings? Is that
I mean, for me, you're just.
Mhm.
This is a good question. I think you'll see because right now it's too early in your career. But wait 3-4 more years, all this transaction you're doing are going to become listings.
Mhm.
As long you're able to create the relationship and the rapport and
yeah,
keep in
that's
touch
what.
and be top of mind.
Hopefully, we're not gonna ruin that.
Because that's what happened to
asking
me.
Them to pay.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
But
there'll be
listings
sellers.
are now going to be easier.
they'll be
Even you don't
sellers.
have to even talk about the buyer's agent commission.
Oh,
You can
listing
talk
is a
about
piece.
your.
Yeah,
Now
th-
it becomes even
piece of
this
cake.
easier
is my
to
number.
become.
This is a small number. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go.
And
Let's
then-
go.
My fee is this, and you whatever you pay
Yeah.
to buyer's agent, you decide.
And that's why I feel like a lot more listings are not going to have a buyer compensation because just like you said, it's going to be easy. So when you go to a listing appointment, you're going to say, oh, I just charge 2.5. That's it. And you get full service. We don't have to pay the other guy. But it could hurt too. Is if the market is good and hot, then yeah, everything goes like cupcakes. But wait until the market is bad or it slows down. That listing without commission is not getting nothing.
You're
gonna
gonna
get
you're
jacked
But
gonna
it's not
offer
promoted nowhere, so it could be also opened. It could be like you decide when the offer starts coming.
What do you mean?
The buyer agent commission. Seller doesn't have to commit to anything right now.
Yeah, that
Yeah, you do. On the listing agreement, you have to write it down.
Yeah. Yep.
You got
Listing
unless you
agreement.
Well, for now.
You think
Yeah,
it's gonna?
you're
remove
gonna
it?
have to write it down.
what the math say. Math say
They
could-
they will not remove it. You cannot advertise it, but you cannot forbid somebody.
That's
to-
why. That's why. That's
offer
why.
it.
That's why I'm calling. That's why I'm calling or texting before I show it. I want to see what they're offering.
That's pretty much that's fair for the clients because if you're not talking with the clients and now you know, so you can like warn them. Okay,
Yeah.
this one, I need money from you.
yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want, I mean, let's face it. Everyone wants to get. No one's gonna be like, well, let's just dump the place. Oh, they sold for $350. Let's put it $325. No, it doesn't work. They're gonna want top money. So you gotta know, like, hey, you know, if
Mostly
it's,
the problem is going to be with the first home buyers because they squeezing the budget to buy it.
It's gonna be tough for them.
Oh.
It's gonna be tough. We just gotta work it out and navigate. But yeah, for you, going back to that question, you're gonna get a lot of listings later on.
Mhm.
You'll see, you know, because that's what happened to me. I was working with mostly buyers in the beginning, and then you know,
I stepped
They come
into,
back.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
stepped into
Yeah.
the investments a lot, so that's a repeat buyers which I like.
Yeah.
and it's easier to work, especially if they buy 1, 2, 3. That's
Yeah.
how they're going. So you're not convincing
Yeah.
anybody. You're just sending the deal, and it's like, okay, good,
Yeah.
let's go.
The biggest question is going to be, are you going to be able to handle the pressure and the stress the next 5, 7, 10 years? Because that's what happened a lot in this industry. I see a lot of people, but they come and go. They'll have a good 10 years, and then all of a sudden, there's people from 10 years ago, right, Frank? They don't
Yeah.
even, they're
Well,
not
that's
even
when we were
real good
talking
anymore.
about. There are two guys. And I'm like, what happened to so and so? He used to sell a ton of places.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you got tired. He
And then
stopped.
They got tired,
he
and then,
stopped
yeah.
To be
doing
honest, I don't.
Just
I
quit.
think 10 years.
I don't
that's a
know. I
good-
think they
that's a
still-
good number.
and-
Probably I will move to something else if it's going to be tiring.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, see, that's
that's
already your mindset.
Yeah, that's my mindset. I will. I'm thinking about maybe some construction, building something,
Yeah.
or
Do something,
yeah.
yeah.
this is time
Developer.
consuming. And
It depends on your goals. If you're
yeah,
okay
of course.
selling and that's your goal, that's fine. If you want to move to other bigger things, you can move to other bigger things.
but it's taking a lot of time, and in that level, you
Yeah,
you have
that's
a-
stressful.
Of course.
You got people calling you all hours of the day, and you got
Yeah,
this, and
probably
you got
like
crying.
that's, the phone is red already.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. There's probably 20 texts.
So,
and
yeah, I know.
and sometimes you get blamed, and you didn't even do anything, and it's like so it's,
It's with the buyers, it's a little easier because with the sellers, you have more responsibility
Yeah.
because they're gonna blame you more.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
Because
yeah.
it's not happening. But with the buyers, it's like, okay, market is hot. People
Yeah.
people betting like crazy.
It's not your fault, though.
Yeah, but with the sellers, yeah, you
And
need
some
to.
of the buyers are slam dunk deals.
course.
Sometimes you just throw couple.
Yeah.
They already
Open
know
house.
the market.
We've been on an open house. This is it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know the city where they've been.
But with the
house.
sellers, like, yeah, you gotta schedule a meeting, do a listing presentation, schedule photography, put a lockbox, brochures, booties,
That's right.
handle showings, then the offers. There's also a lot of work.
Yep.
It's just different. It's just
It's
not that
different.
much driving.
yeah. As sellers, I think it's less driving, more drama. If,
More
if,
drama.
if,
You
if, if,
gotta
it,
be on the
if it
phone a
goes,
little bit more.
if it doesn't sell, like now it's good, but sometimes you get something that doesn't sell,
Yeah.
or you have it fall apart 2 or 3 times. Then it's like, what the heck, man? Why is this
I had a listing in Austin. I had a 4-year-old building.
Nice.
4-year-old. It's like a new construction.
That's not bad.
And I had a listing, and seller canceled me. They went with somebody else, and then they come back, and then we drop the price, and it sells
That was the problem.
in 2 or 3 days. And then we had an appraisal and everything, moving to the closing. But it's you
It
get
happens.
these things that you know the reason, but seller just doesn't want to listen, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
kick you out, and you did all of it, and you spend some money too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes that happens, but
Yeah.
it's like.
It's part of the business.
Yeah, but if you're pushing it, most of the things are gonna work and most of the deals are gonna close.
Right.
So
I agree.
right now, the sellers, especially if they sold something before, they're gonna ask you like, hey, how much do you charge? So and after that, potentially the buyer's gonna be calling, hey, how much do you charge?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Right?
the same. Yeah,
That's gonna be the
buyers gonna be
the
shopping
question.
for an agent too.
Yeah, this
Uh,
guy is charging
look,
this.
I've seen you close deals, and I trust you more than somebody who just got the license. They don't know what they're doing, but they're cheaper. So show me
For
what
the
your
family
value
members,
is, and
that's gonna
it's
be
gonna
the
be a
toughest for the family members. Somebody in the
conversation.
family has
Yeah.
it, and like, okay, everybody's gonna buy with me. Not anymore, because either you're gonna work for free, or you need to prove why they need to pay you.
Yeah, that's
So if you pay the same, especially if you pay
gonna
the
be
same number, you'll be going to the top guy. Why would you not?
I have a guy that I've been working with a long time. If I told him like he's gonna have to pay me, being the buyer, he'd look at me like I had 3 heads. He'd be like, "No, I sold 4 houses. The
What do you
seller
mean?
pays."
You're not going to show your value?
He's gonna be like, "That's what he's gonna say." He's like, "What are you talking about? The seller pays.
You
I
don't
sold
wanna
4
lose him.
houses."
You don't want to lose him too, right? Let's go.
Let's go. I'll show you my value.
That's how you work it out.
Step by step.
Step by step.
We'll see.
Try to squeeze something.
Who is
from
that? Who is the
destination.
main guy in your at XR?
What do you mean as far as what?
Like as far as he's the main
handling-
guy in the Comar. Who's the main guy in your office?
Oh, well, Greg's more the visual guy. He's more online and everything. But
Spiritual with seeing the
I mean,
future.
I don't know. We don't at XR. We don't really look at it like the main guy. We just kind of
I drive
Everyone-
by XR every
We're
day.
equal people.
yeah,
drive by
everyone
XR every
comes
day.
by and we're just
Why are you driving? Oh, you drop off the baby.
Yeah,
oh cool.
to preschool. Harlem and Belmont, I go to preschool.
Oh nice.
There's a childrenland on Belmont.
So what do you guys think about expanding? Or I heard you have like around 20 agents or something.
Yeah.
Is
20
that
something.
is that the plan, or like you want to have more?
I mean, all ours grew organically. So
Okay.
everything been organically. I haven't recruited one person.
Gotcha. So
Never,
just
never
like
called
somebody brought
nobody.
someone.
Nobody told bud somebody. So everybody organically. Right now, we're producing a lot still. So
Yeah.
we're not all in like looking for agents. I feel like, believe it or not, nothing wrong. I know he does great and you do awesome, but there's not a lot of money on agents, and you spend a lot of time, maybe even more than buyers and sellers.
Of course.
So
Definitely
there's
more.
not a lot of money. So I want to like maybe little by little, get there. But right now we're still in production, and that's where
Yeah,
we're
we're
at.
still
We're just-
producing, and
yeah, we're just gonna take, or probably we'll grow it more organically for the next couple years, and then take it from there.
So you're not trying to like grow to some number and
This is the thing. I feel like if I'm gonna go to the point where I want to grow it and I want to kill it and growing it and become #1 office, then I gotta go all in. I can't do half-ass.
Yeah.
If I gotta do half-ass, then I'm not gonna. Once I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm done with my production. Everybody else could do it for me. Then I go all in. Then yes,
Gotcha.
then I'll do it.
that's what's
You know
all we're
what's
doing
going to
right
be
now,
your
huh?
biggest problem?
What?
Your awards.
My ego?
They're gonna hold you. They're gonna hold you to the stage because I've never been on a stage.
That's impossible.
never-
You had deals that you had years you
I
closed
kn-
a lot of
I know
deals.
they never rewarded me. I got the 1% things, but they never I don't
Okay.
think Main Street has like a car
No, they
has.
don't really have- they don't have an event.
The main street
Yeah,
don't have
they
an
don't have
event.
an
Yeah, car has it. So
Okay,
I've
so
never.
if you were in car, you would have got stage, man.
That's right. But I've never gotten, and that allows me not to have that because I think as soon as you have it, you're on stage, you have that.
Then
You
you, like,
can't,
you can't
go
go
another
backwards.
year
I know.
without it. So
I
it's
know.
gonna keep you.
Yeah,
you
what's
know,
going on? You just
Yeah,
like
I know
yeah,
that is
keep
true.
giving it to
something
me.
went
Yeah.
wrong,
And that's gonna be the hardest thing for you mentally to give up.
That,
Or
that
maybe
is
the
true.
age will
Yeah.
I've made my money.
Yeah.
I already have
I mean,
hundreds of properties
yeah.
or whatever.
I mean, and that's why we set up XR and why
Yeah.
I'm buying properties. I'm doing investment because I know at one point I'm gonna have to let it go.
Yeah, of course.
So it's coming. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm kind of like the old soccer player that still wants to play and
And then you
and
became
when-
a coach.
Ibra,
Then
yeah,
you became a coach.
You could be
If
player
you cannot
coach.
do it yourself,
yes.
but you know how to do it, you became a coach.
That's
But you're,
right. That's
you're
right.
about the brokerage. It's a very slim margin business.
Slim, man.
Some
You know.
some margins.
But you can still make money on the brokerage. It's just you need a lot. You need a lot
Transactions, number.
transactions. You need to coach. You have to develop
Yeah.
them. You have to have trainings in
Yeah.
place.
And
That
you gotta hope they don't
increase
leave.
Expenses.
Of
I
course.
mean,
Yes,
it's like buyers and sellers. It's hope. You have to have a
Yeah.
funnel of recruiting. That's how
Yeah.
it fixes the hope. you
Yeah.
know? So it's just like you have to have these systems in place,
Yeah.
and that becomes your full time thing.
How many of you guys are right now?
73,
Okay.
4,
every
something
pretty
like
time,
that.
every time I'm asking that question, it's like 5 more than
Dude.
last time.
I've been meeting them like every 6 months or something. It's 20 more every 6
Yeah.
months.
Yeah, I mean, we
You know?
actively there's a goal to increase it.
Yeah. That's pretty good, man.
But it's also I mean, it's a lot of work. I would say it's a lot of
I mean,
office work,
yeah,
and I
yeah, yeah.
sometimes I miss. Like yesterday, I went with buyers, and I just sometimes I need to sprinkle that in, just
Yeah.
to get me outside the office and go
And
out.
he's doing he's doing the every Friday meetings.
yeah, I
So
see.
he was on a vacation. I was doing that meeting. I was
Oh, you
like,
didn't?
Damn, that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
You
right.
need to come up with some topic. Everybody just sitting there like, let's go.
Yeah.
That's why I invite
Yeah.
out the trainers.
Yeah,
once in a
let's
while.
go, let's go,
And
buddy.
that's why we have
And I'm
guests.
just like, okay,
vendors.
and I'm going
Yeah.
for 1.5 hours. Like, damn, I want to sleep. That's it. That's my day.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything.
No, I give both of you a lot of credit. You know what I mean? With developing your business, developing the office, man, and not that long in the business.
No, not long at all.
You guys haven't been that long in the business. Like nothing. That's sorry in a good
Yeah,
way.
that's what
Peanuts.
it
I
is.
think like
Sure.
social media is the booster. That
Yeah,
now
but
is-
it's not only social media. You still got to take your phone. You still got to do it. You still got to
Yeah.
hire Carlos. You have the grit. You're working. Not everybody say, oh, social media, because, okay, why didn't you do it? Not everybody wants to do it. Everybody talk. The talk is cheap. Right, Frank?
You just
Talk
post
is-
it and nothing happened.
if they want to always
Yeah.
to talk, then they would be making money because
Yeah.
the real estate is about
Yeah.
talking. Sometimes they don't even want to talk.
Yeah, they don't
No,
wanna-
they don't want to get in their car and go like you
No.
gotta go. You gotta get in your car. You gotta go show the place. You gotta pick up the phone. You gotta
And
You
some
got- you gotta-
people, some people are uncomfortable to work with. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Not,
Or they-
not everybody is nice.
or they they
That's
get
true.
they get frustrated.
100%.
They get frustrated and they kind of like oh I don't want to go there again. Oh I'm done with this.
Yeah,
I'm so-
unreasonable or something like
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
what's
But
happening.
yeah, but for me, I would still like if I wasn't producing, I'd kind of miss it. I'd miss it. Like
You
It
miss
becomes piece of you.
No,
for
I
sure.
I would miss like going doing show. Like if I couldn't do this anymore, I'd be like, man, I'd be like watching other people do it. I'd miss it.
Mhm.
You would be doing something else.
Yeah, you could
But-
be. I mean, like again, there's days you don't want to like. I don't want to do this.
What?
But it's a low
What do you
risk, high reward business if you know what you're doing.
I'll miss the money.
Oh yeah,
You can
that part-
replace
that-
the money.
that-
you
that
can
part
replace
for
the
sure.
money.
Yeah.
But you might get.
Yeah, but I mean, it's well, it goes with both hands. It goes both hands, right? It's like okay, you get to go, you put the deal together, feel good. And you
Yeah,
get,
yeah, yeah,
obviously
Yeah,
get
yeah,
paid,
of course, of course.
But like
Winning.
like I don't know. I don't know if I could be in an
Closed.
office all day. Like I don't know if I
Closed.
could do it like
Oh,
all
the
day.
office work.
all day. Like I don't know
Yeah.
if I could do it. At least not yet.
He's showing up on the office every day,
But I
Yeah,
don't
he's
have
every
to.
day.
but you still here.
I
I'm
like
still here because what
Discipline.
I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Sit home.
You're disciplined,
You know,
man.
I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm here because agents here. I get to talk to them. I
Yeah.
get to
But
do
it's
a
like
reel with them.
It
something.
happened like there was a time it was like 4 of us here in that little room over there, and he didn't need to show up, so he still was here. So it's like, do we need that office? It's so big for 4 of us. Do we really need it? And the moment like 15, 24,
Yep,
and
I love it.
yeah. So then came up with Friday meetings, which is like the glue, I believe, that we have.
That's the cornerstone.
That's
of
pretty good.
everything.
We have something
Yeah.
like the
But that's-
everybody.
That's a huge investment on my part. You know,
Absolutely.
It's-
I did it once and I was like, damn, that's
So
a
much.
lot.
Did you
and I
commit
do
every
Wednesday
Friday?
and Friday.
Yeah.
Wow,
But Friday is like the big one for everyone, and Wednesday
And
is
Wednesday is
like
the same work for me.
wow.
Twice a week.
Yeah.
huh? But you know, I don't have to do it. I can say, hey, Wednesdays and Fridays are gone, and then the whole ship sinks. You know.
like, you can stop if somebody asks you what works. You like, I don't know, but if I stop some of this, probably it's just gonna break. So,
right.
so you just keep on going on everything you're doing,
That's right.
That's
and it's working at spinning
Yeah.
the wheel. Because
Yeah.
if you just take this one, maybe it's not about this, but if you take it, it's just gonna slow down.
you don't know. That's,
So what about not them going off subject? Because a lot of people are going to say, "Hey, okay,
Yeah.
you guys talk, you guys are good, blah blah." They're like tired of hearing us talk about how good we are.
How good we are.
What's the secret sauce? Like, what's my secret sauce? I was saying is relationship, repeat customers. What about you guys?
But how do you
How
build
get
a
your business?
relationship? You
I
gotta
mean-
reach out.
Of course, you got to reach out.
That's the thing. You gotta build. You have to be confident,
Yeah,
and then you have to sometimes.
you got to
In
have
the
systems.
beginning-
You got systems too.
Yeah, but in the
what I mean?
beginning, you also need to be confident in something that's not really
Overconfident.
real.
Overconfident.
Yeah, it's not real yet, but you have to kind of say that I'm the best agent for
So
you.
how do you guys build up? Like, you made a lot of calls, cold calling, social media.
I did a lot of cold calling.
okay.
He did social media.
I
Straight
did a
first
few
day.
cold calls, and like I spent like good 6 or 7 hours.
You
and
don't like cold call.
Ugh,
Me too. I don't like it either.
like I can I cannot do anything else in that day because it was like already
so stressed, so
120
freaking. Yeah.
calls with like just talking only maybe 25 people.
Yeah,
20
yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah.
Half of them just scream at me. Half of them
Yes,
was just
yeah.
like blah 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 stuff like that. So mine is social media,
Social media.
the only social media.
But he's got a huge amount of followers. You saw how many followers he has got?
I bet he-
140,000.
He's a good-looking guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fine.
yeah, but it was before. So
It
anyway,
looks work.
Facebook works, Instagram works, and after that, probably I talk a lot. That's convincing people.
But you did good. You monetize your social media.
Of course,
I say.
yeah.
You
I
monetize it because a lot of people do it, but they
I
don't.
think that
you
so
know?
before the real estate, I had a huge reach and a huge number of views.
That's pretty
So
cool.
I knew that I gonna just drop it dramatically going to real estate.
Yeah, of
because
course.
Before I was traveling a lot. I was
Yeah.
45 countries.
Wow.
Like it was every day was something
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. It was adventurous, and people
Some
were
stuff like
people
that.
were interested.
And then you just becoming the boring guy who's just driving around.
Drive
Look at this
around,
house.
property.
So
yeah.
I dropped it like 60% of the reach
Okay.
and the views, but still a lot of people like the people who were for the entertainment
Okay.
probably dropped.
Yeah.
They didn't unfollow, but I just see less views because
Yeah.
the topic is not
Of
that,
course.
that attractable. But still, people will like just reach out to me. Oh, I was following you like 6 years ago, so I see
Wow.
you doing real estate.
Pretty sick.
So that's how it worked.
That's
And
pretty
investment.
pretty
Investment would
cool.
keep me on
Yeah.
a no matter how many.
So how you keeping in touch with them? Like you closed, let's say last year,
Oh,
60 crop.
I'm doing stories like you every day.
Okay,
every
you're doing
day.
stories. Okay.
Every day, at least like pretty much every day,
Okay.
from 5 to 100 sometimes.
You mailing anything?
Yeah, mailing every sale.
Okay.
But one sale after the mail, a few calls.
No, he's asking about something else.
Oh,
He's
no.
asking mailing your past
Mailing-
clients.
No,
Yeah.
no,
You know,
Oh,
the
your
guy's
client,
20 years in the business.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
doing 2,000 thing
I
approach.
I do it all.
I invest little, I would say.
Okay.
Little so far. Because
Yeah.
the train is going fast.
Yeah.
Probably if it slowed down, I will be like, okay,
You'll be doing
what
a
are the
little-
options? And
see more options.
I'm
coming.
still the buyers chasing me, so I have like a good flow.
The call is
but-
coming.
When I will
The
be
phone's
like
ringing,
more
yeah.
with listings, I will be probably doing
Yeah.
the same thing that you do.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Just watch out because the train doesn't, you know,
No, can
could
just
could
slow
stop,
down.
but then it stops, and then all of a sudden you're trying to see where the track is. The track, you know,
Where's my track?
Here's my truck.
you got to
Yeah,
create tracks right now.
of course.
Do it all,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right, Frank?
Yeah, because that's what people ask me. It's silver bullet. Like, okay, if I knew, I would just do that. I wouldn't do anything else.
Yeah, there's not a right way.
Yeah, it's like you just was it did they meet me because someone gave them the number? Was it because they get the number and then they Googled me? Was it they saw me on
Yeah.
on social media and they knew
Probably
me?
the combination of
Yeah.
It's
all
all a
those things.
combination. Yeah,
I
you gotta-
think everybody has their own talents, right? Some
Yeah.
people like to meet people at the cafe. Some people are good on social media. Some people are good on cold call. You know,
Cold call, you need to be tough to have to build a business
yeah, I don't
around
know.
that.
Yeah, it's tough.
Around that, you should have like
I agree.
you should have a punchback somewhere close.
We got a
Somewhere
guy.
close.
He just joined months in the business. He's 20 years old. He's on the phone and he's calling all day from 9 to like 5, 6. He's very good on the phone. I don't know where he got that skill. He says he's been dispatching trucks.
Yeah.
He's 2 years in America, no accent.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and his problem is that he talks for too long. Like person is down on the phone, they don't want to do
And he
business.
keeps going.
He keeps going. I even recorded that on the
For real?
Instagram story today. And I was walking by the hallway. He was in the room talking. He opened up the guy who was like pretty much done. He calling for sale by owners all the time.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, no. And he was, yeah, I'm a listing agent. Part of my is valuation. How did you come up with the value? Did anybody help you or did you do it on your own? He said, oh, somebody from my family did it. Well, if you don't mind, I want to stay in touch with you. He got an email. He said, I'll call you back.
Wow.
And the guy was asking how long you've been in the business. And,
And
things
that's
like
the
that.
question like you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
pass.
and he said I'm a newer agent, but I'm very hungry and humble.
But-
his flow, his language, like,
But
very
you can
smooth.
Get, you
know.
can get burned. Remember, we had a guy like that.
Yeah, we did.
We
Yeah, he
had
got
a guy
burned
like
out.
that who
He
was
got
showing
burned
up
out.
in the office, calling all day long,
Non-stop.
and he was good too.
Yeah.
He was a salesman somewhere, so he was good too, and he just got burned.
It was your call guy, the guy who.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Burned out.
He just
Wow.
disappeared.
It's tough. You know, it's tough business. You know, you need to be mentally strong.
But what do you say to
You
somebody who's like, you weren't born with social media? You weren't born with social media.
we
Like,
were.
you gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You gotta like a lot of people like it's not for me. I'm not gonna do it.
For me, social media. This is just I don't care about
Yeah.
it. It's BS. When the next thing come up and is AI or I got to become an infrared or whatever BS, I will do it.
Infrared.
That's it. I adapt to the times. That's it.
Yeah.
For
When
me,
the
it's just a
infrared
tool. It's
comes
just a tool.
out, you're still gonna be selling real estate.
I probably,
You're gonna be
I'll
like
probably be selling something.
92 and
We'll
like
see. We'll see.
"Let
Depend
me
on good I feel."
show this
Are you
house.
infrared really or not?
Let me sip my cafe.
I want to get
and
my
I'm gonna-
trophy. I want to get my trophy.
Get my
I
trophy.
gotta go on
You
stage.
know,
Your
build a
investment
whole
is
wall.
gonna be over the moon. Like
You
at
know?
that time, yeah, that's gonna be
I'll be okay.
appreciates.
I'll be
Frank, you
okay.
invest in
I'll be
real
okay.
estate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every year you try to buy something.
Yeah, every two, but
Every year.
I'm in a little bit of a drought, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking for something, but it's gotta
Yeah,
be
me
right.
too.
I got enough that's like I'm not gonna like hard like I gotta get something. So
That's a backup plan too, right?
What?
it's like
The
Correct.
the investments,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah, but the cash flow is not gonna support your lifestyle.
especially if
I
your
think.
lifestyle is
Good.
already
Yeah.
like.
I mean, you gotta live like Rolex. He's carrying Rolex. you know?
Yeah.
You carrying Rolex. You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
like that type of
He's
lifestyle.
just a shy guy. Doesn't want.
I know. he just pretends.
I just
Yeah.
have a tutor,
Yeah,
little
yeah.
cheap tutor. That
I mean, sometimes
is always wrong.
you know what it is. Life is short too. At the end of the day, right?
Right. Gotta
I'm all
buy a
about
couple
saving,
Rolexes.
but sometimes you gotta,
No,
ease yourself
for
through a
sure.
little
Of
bit,
course.
so,
Yeah. You gotta. I
you know,
mean,
one point.
you're working for something.
So
you
the-
buy something for
So the
yourself.
point is that your cash flow is not gonna support your lifestyle when you used to.
I
make
mean,
a
I
different
think you need
Yeah.
100 properties.
you can just can keep you alive. Definitely.
Yeah, you can pay your bills.
Pay your bills. Like my cash flow right now
Yeah.
pays for my house and for 2 cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be fine.
That's fine. That's right now. I'm just okay. At least.
But
at
think
least
about
that.
it. Who could say it?
Yeah.
70% of
I
people.
think I could pay for your life. I mean, unless you want to like go on yachts and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if you take the regular person that's working the 9 to 5,
Yeah, come on.
you're gonna make. I mean,
70% of people,
Of course. Of course.
they
they're
need to
trying-
go work to pay their house
they're
and their
going
car.
from month to month, still with a debt
know?
from previous months in the car in the
Yeah.
in the credit cards.
So-
So it's like they pay only
Yeah.
like the minimum just to go to the next month.
exactly. So you gotta appreciate that. Like,
course,
hey,
of
if I could
course.
get that, you're ahead of most people. So
We don't need to buy the Rolex, right?
yeah, just don't buy the Rolex. I
Don't
mean,
buy the Rolex.
They gave it to me.
There's tells you this
They
tells
gave it to
the
me.
iPhone has the time.
They gave
Yeah.
you
The
They
iPhone
gave
at
it
the
to me.
time.
I don't need to, I mean, I do it, I mean, that's like that's obsolete. It's old technology. We got
you're
pocket watch.
So let's
you know,
do
what
a
do you got?
test. I would like to do a test. Everybody pulls up the phone. How many missed calls and texts you have?
What'd you tell? Let's do it. Let's do it.
I've got one
Let's do
question
it.
for my wife. Where you at?
Disturbed.
Oh, you better get that one. You should have answered.
I got 7 messages and 3 calls.
I got 20 text messages.
Oh,
I'm not going to emails.
No, I got.
you
two-
got 20. How do you live in
I
this?
got-
got.
text
I got.
messages.
I got 2 missed calls, 1 voicemail. And
Okay,
3
Greg
calls.
beats everybody, then
Email,
you,
yeah.
then Frank, then me.
Yeah. It's all good.
That's
I did a
it.
lot of calls
not a
driving
competition.
here.
Yeah, so
Just
you're
prevent
Not a
them out.
competition.
prevent.
Yeah.
But
How do you-
I bet you're doing showings. Sorry to interrupt you. I bet you're doing showings too, and all of a sudden you get a drama, people calling you while you're doing
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah, in the middle
It's
of
tough.
Of course,
Yeah.
all the time. Especially if I'm just on some family dinner or something, some
Yeah.
special family thing, and it's
tough.
just negotiating 2 different contracts.
Yeah.
You can just all your work done before could be wasted if you just if you're not using it right
Yeah.
now.
If
Unless
you don't
you're-
like do that
if you don't-
simple email.
Do you have
Or
this
if you
thing
didn't do
when
that-
you get a call from a seller or a buyer and you're like, this could be a cancellation? Oh my
Oh, for the
God.
buyer?
And then now you can't stop thinking about it.
In the
And now you
middle-
have to call back or
Yeah.
pick up or something.
Wow,
I'm like, I need to get rid of it because now it's in my mind. Do you have it or no?
what? Like it's okay.
Let's say you just did the inspection, and 2 days passed, and the buyer's calling you.
If it's like that, you kind of see the writing on the wall, like when you're there.
I don't- yeah.
I don't stress out on it anymore. Like
Yeah,
if you want to
buyers, I
cancel,
don't
just
stress.
cancel.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes
Me
I
too.
gotta. Sometimes I kind of just like, listen, if you don't want to do it, don't do it.
But then
It's fine.
now this cancellation kills 2 deals, for example. You got a seller who's on the contract going to buy.
yeah,
It could happen.
It could happen.
Yeah, but then,
Listen, if you keep pushing, it's just gonna. You're just
Yeah,
you're just
no,
kicking the can.
No,
You're
I'm-
not
I'm
smiling as
saying-
much at your
I'm talking
dinner
about
table.
I'm talking
After
about
that,
your
just coming
feelings.
back. The things are good. I just lost 15K.
No, I'm talking about your feelings when you see that call and what you were enjoying the moment. Now,
Usually it comes in an email. It doesn't come in a phone call. Usually no one calls me to cancel. They're just like, yeah, I'm really sorry.
Yeah,
Or it's a
Start
late
with,
text.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're just
To
too
deliver
much
those
and this
meals.
and that. So
Yeah.
yeah, they usually don't call to tell me because they don't want to. They kind of they kind of just want to be done with it.
But that's how this job is, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people might see this podcast and say, "Oh man, you guys having a good life." This guy's saying his cash flow pays this. This guy buying a Rolex. No, I'm just
Should you
saying.
mention it.
But they don't know behind the scenes. A lot of new agents get in the business. 85% drop within 2 years because this is a lot of pressure. You're always on the clock, 7 a.m. all the way to 1 a.m.
Especially if it's not happening.
You know what I mean?
they drop because it's not happening.
Yep.
They don't got
They
nothing
would
to
be
grab
happy-
onto and
yeah,
they have
but
to
They
pay
probably
bills.
would be happy to be on a clock and just going and
But some
making-
people are not able to. That skillful
it's just not
to
going
go.
to the moment they on a clock. They just doing stuff. We have a lot of new
Like-
agents with like nothing happening
Yeah.
for them, even though they in the same office with people who's
But think about it. You could work with 10 people at the same time. A
course.
lot of these agents here or my office, maybe they work with 2 and they're overwhelmed.
you need to develop. Yeah, you need to develop
know
a
what I mean?
system how you approach it. Of course, if you
Yeah, we got. It's
So-
almost like you have to have that temperament. Like okay, whatever, boom, okay, go on to the next
straight to
thing.
the business. Okay,
Boom, go on to the next thing.
You
I mean, even.
But then at the day, you do have a certain talent and discipline.
of course you
why
can't-
you're the top.
You're trying
you know?
to cut a little of emotions and
Exactly.
because if you deal with emotions, your calls will be like 40 minutes and
Correct.
you cannot talk with anybody.
Or if you're
Right.
someone that's got to, I don't know, cross everything and be very, okay, here's my schedule. I got this. Like, I kind of just roll with it because today I get this. Oh, this canceled. Oh, that
Yeah,
canceled.
yeah,
Okay, now it's open. Oh, I told this guy I couldn't meet. So I
And
kind
I
of
still
just.
want to play golf, so that's
Yeah, there you
tough
go.
too.
You
Well,
still
you get
play,
that-
you
you
play
get that-
golf?
Yeah,
Nice, man.
yeah. I
You get
play
that
a
buyer
lot.
agreement signed. You don't have to run. You get
Yeah, you got
like,
the buyer agreement.
You
Yeah.
better not show
Yeah,
on
they're
Instagram
good,
that
dude.
you're playing golf.
Buy agreement
You
signed.
better
Get
not
that bu-
show. You better not show the golf on Instagram for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
You have some backup previous pre-recorded videos.
But usually we can cover the buyer any moment. Whenever the buyer wants, if you can make it, somebody will come.
Yeah, we have a
Yeah.
teams. We have
We got chat,
but
we got
still,
everything.
but still,
Yeah.
I have a lot of times when I send someone from my team to show the property and like
Different.
we wanna
Yeah.
see it with you.
Yeah.
Like okay, I'm going again. Same property.
Like,
that
are
I
you
had.
coming or
I
are
had
you
it. No,
sending
even
so
though they find, they just want to get in. But now, like, okay, what do you think?
They
What do you-
trust you. They want to see
They
what
like,
you
okay,
think.
what do you think? Because
Yeah.
I talk a lot about different properties. Now, what do you think about this one?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
this one is good. So
Yeah. What do you think about this one? What do you think of location? What do you think about the structure? Yeah. It's different. It's hard to have a team and also to the team to reflect you 100%.
yeah, for sure.
Unless you clone yourself,
For
it's
the
really
new
hard.
for the new agents, it's gonna be tougher with those
know?
new. Probably it's gonna be qualifying more. You're not gonna be able to just become an agent and here and there getting some commissions because you're either there or not.
Correct.
Because if you're not there, your relatives, your friends, not gonna pay you, or they're gonna pay you just a discounted portion,
Correct.
or they're not gonna go with you. So those people who just keeping the license, paying, going for doing a continuing education, doing all the classes, paying all the 5 fees from different things they need to pay every year. They will be like, okay, I just paid like 1,300 this
Yeah.
year, 1,300 that
Yeah.
year. Just bought two condos for my friends,
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that's probably gonna drop a lot of people who just keeping the license.
It could.
Do you
could.
too have sometimes buyers or sellers that you both know?
Yeah.
Like, and sometimes I know this person, but you're working with
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
and
We've
yeah.
done stuff together too. They're
Yeah.
like, I had a guy like, hey, Greg, I want to list my building in. Don't forget about Frank too, because he knows both of us. I'm like, yeah, we'll do it together.
Yeah.
And we
Mhm.
put it, and we did it together.
It's just how it goes. Whatever.
You know,
Yeah.
Whatever.
because you're too Italian and you're doing
Yeah,
a
we
commute.
got a lot of
Yeah,
same
people-
circles.
What is the percentage of Italian clients you have? How would you say?
Mine, I'll tell you the truth, mine's probably 20%.
That's it?
That's it, man.
Yeah, 15,
That's
20,
it.
15 maybe. Not.
Yeah, it
He's
looks like
probably got- he's
a
probably got
lot of
more.
people think that I have a lot of Italian people.
He's
but
got
I-
100%
No,
creating clientele.
95, probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Italian
cool.
or
No,
No,
Ukrainian.
He's gonna be like, hey, wait a minute.
Italian.
It's still on my client.
Yeah, you're not even wearing the suit. No, where is
brings
the
them to
jacket?
golf or
Who's
something.
who's your followers?
Where is no jacket, no even this little thing over here? Come on.
He did tell me he was
I'm
going to
joking.
every year.
Do you come to a showing with a cafe?
I offer
Hey,
cafe. Yeah, I offer
ciao.
cafe. You guys are really relaxed. Nice. The polo.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I'm joking.
when you like
I
Gary
had
Vee says,
inspection on $1 million house today, so I need to look nice. That's why. Usually I'm not.
Oh, that's
Me-
why you got your little nicer.
$1 million house, you should have bought the shirt.
I know my guy. He bought 4 houses with me before, so
Should have a whole suit on.
no.
No, but everybody,
That was
it's
casual.
whatever you feel comfortable.
that was
But
casual.
I do think you're more established, in my opinion. So if you go like this, it's fine, and you look elegant and professional. Same with you. But there's some guys. If you're a kid and you're barely starting, and all of a sudden you come with gym
course.
shoes, like, dude, you don't
Yeah.
even know what the heck you're talking about. You can't even dress up half decent.
For sure.
That I think is
Yeah.
unacceptable. in my opinion.
You should like people outside should spot the agent right away. That's my opinion.
I agree.
Like,
Like
you
if you had two walking, you should always be able to tell this is an agent, this
I
is a
agree.
this
client.
one has a
I
straighter
agree.
If you-
spine or something.
I
I
agree.
don't know, but
Yeah.
they should spot you right away. This is the agent.
I agree. The Redfin agent is hard to
Once
spot.
the neighbors were calling police on me and my client.
Oh
We were
my
standing outside, and the guy he's a character. He has a tattoos, face tattoos, like and
It's okay, yeah.
and a bigger guy. So we see Elmwood Park. We saw like police car crossed one street.
Sick.
They blocked the street with a car, and blocked the street on that. Like, what the hell is happening? And like, probably for me, like, what do you mean for you? What do you mean for you? Like, people just from my appearance calling the police sometimes, and we were standing
Wow.
waiting for the listing agent.
Wow.
Like, we came earlier, like 15, 20 minutes. We just going in, like, normal stuff.
Wow.
Not going inside, just going from the outside. So the police came and like, I'm the agent. Okay. So they believed me that I'm the agent. That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
okay, this is the card. Okay,
Correct.
okay, good.
Correct. Correct.
All good, all good. So they like right away. But the guy was like, that's happening a lot of times.
Yeah.
Okay, who put an offer on the 9th flat? Who put an offer on 9th flat? Be honest. Who put an
Oh,
offer?
the
You
9th?
texted me, don't stay away from
No, that
the
was
9.
me. I put it off. But,
You put an offer?
Yeah, but I didn't go. I mean, obviously.
How much did you put?
I can't say it.
Why not? You still
We
didn't
got
get me.
buyer, we got buyer client confidentiality. It didn't close
so
yet.
there was a buyer.
After it closes, I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
he
For
had to close
yourself?
it.
Not for yourself?
After it closes.
Okay, I'm not gonna tell you how much too.
That was for himself.
Yeah, no.
That's for himself.
Yeah, I went strong, but I still thought it's not gonna be strong enough. But
No,
luckily,
no, it's good.
We
It's
know
good.
you.
It's a
We
great
know what
building.
you went for. Don't worry.
How much? Tell me.
Don't worry. We know.
Do
But
you know George? You know George?
Yeah. I
no,
know.
he told me
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
was not.
it-
He
I
told
did
me
do
I
it.
was not
George's a good
the
guy.
highest one.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, 14 offers. I was not the highest one.
I think they had probably some hard money people too.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You always
George doesn't like to work with people wishy-washy.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he liked you were probably solid. you
Probably,
wanted-
yeah. And I told him right away, I'm gonna close it.
Yeah.
'Cause that's for me. There is no another bullshit guy who's gonna
Yeah.
change
He
mind or something.
he
so-
liked you showed the money and you were serious.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he priced it. That they just wanted to get. They wanted to get it.
No, I told Frank, I'm like, I saw Oleg there. I'm like, let it go, Frank. Don't worry. That's not it, you know?
Yeah, I withdrew.
I'm like, they
Oh, of
need some
course.
properties, you know.
I would.
I'm like, they're the new
Of
new
course,
guys. You
yeah,
know?
let's just
It's all good. You know, I like you,
just
buddy,
convince
you know?
convince him not to take any other
Yeah.
offers.
Yeah. If we really want to win it, we would have won. I'm just saying, just
Yeah, of
let you know.
course.
I feel like, no offense, I love you guys, but all I see you guys only in the north side. That's all I see you guys.
What do you mean? 9
No,
of my
we don't-
units is a
Where you
south
guys work?
side.
That's south side.
No, we go all
Man,
over.
dude. If that's the
I
south
just
side,
showed on Friday. I showed Crestwood, 2 bedrooms
That's
for
Crestwood.
125.
no way. You
my
showed
wife
it?
for my wife. She put it on the contract. But I went to Crestwood to show. it.
Wow.
I have
A
a
condo.
lot of, I have Woodridge, I
Wow.
have Elmhurst,
That's
I have
Okay.
Elmhurst-
Oh wait. Elmhurst, Burridge. That's not really south. The
No,
south
no,
I meant.
I mean
what I meant.
west and
It's a
down
different kind of
too.
south.
West and down too. So okay, Romville,
It's south. I mean,
Plainfield.
We go whatever.
What's your
takes us.
average? What's your average on the deal? Like your average deal?
office-
200, 300. What's
Our
the
office is 308
average?
for our office.
So that's probably what it is. This year is gonna be.
Do you know your
better.
profit margin for your company?
My company?
Who are you laughing, Frank?
we don't know.
You know,
We just go
it
by.
doesn't-
we,
No.
we go by. Oh, wait. Is the
We
bank,
go by
is the
our
bank account
bank
up or
account.
down? Oh, it's up. We're good.
You're good.
Keep rolling.
Nice.
You have a guy you're calling like how bad it is. Oh,
you
it's
ha-
good. Okay, good.
Yeah. What's your pay? What's your expense for the company?
Yeah.
0.
No. I'm not gonna tell
It
you.
depends if we have a party or not.
Okay, I have
No, our fences are probably like we're probably like $4,000 a month. I'm not joking around.
No.
Yeah,
No,
we're a
That's
little
it.
bit, probably a little bit more.
Maybe a little bit more if we throw in parties and
Yeah.
this and that, or if we got to pay, you know,
got
our
admin?
video guy.
Yeah, Carlos is. Yeah, Carlos
that's
is
where
it's
it's
raising
getting
our-
But
more
you gotta
expensive
understand.
every day.
You got to understand, we own the building. We pay our own rent, so our rent is low. Obviously, if we had to pay a real rent on that place, it would be $4,000 only the rent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we keep it low. I'm telling you, we're low key. We're low key.
Do you have admin that helps agents?
No admin.
No.
Everybody, you know, I mean, it's kind of me and him, hands on and everything.
You do admin for agents?
For agents, no.
I mean, we do some stuff, but not like.
Try
it's
to
not
reach
like
him over the phone. What do you mean? Like it's not gonna
Yeah.
be easy for the agents.
I mean, what do you want to talk about?
I mean, you have 20 agents. If you have no one to provide the training, how do they they have a problem? Who they calling?
No, they
call
reach
us.
out to us. Yeah.
Ah, okay, so
We're
they
accessible.
can reach out. To
No,
you.
no,
Yeah,
we're accessible. Yeah.
I call. Yeah,
We have like chats, like they contact, they leave voice message. I get back to
And
them.
it depends on what they're doing. If we have some agents there and they have no deals going on,
Yeah.
it's like
Nobody gets on answer within 10 hours. they'll
Okay,
get an
what are you
answer.
doing with the agents who's not doing nothing? Like they're just there, but obviously not
Yeah.
doing. How you gonna?
I
keep
mean,
them?
I want everybody to succeed. I'm not charging anybody an office fee,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody, because we have low margin, so nobody pays an office fee. They do get like Chime and the website and the office and all the computer and all that stuff and my attention. But if they don't want it, they'll realize at the end of the day that
yeah, if you got to do it, you
if
gotta
it's
do
not
it.
for them, it's
their
not for them.
It's their business.
So you're
you
gonna
know?
call them for the little room and like
I mean, like,
not happening.
no, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not like all over them. Like, oh my god, you gotta bring me money or you're out. Not yet. You know what I mean? Not yet. Not yet. I might change that when I go all in production. I'm like, hey, dude, this is not working out. But right now we're more like a little boutique organically. That's the truth.
Little boutique.
Yeah,
That's a good.
little boutique.
That's
yeah.
a good name and a good explanation.
I mean,
yeah, I like it.
you
I
like
like
it?
Yeah,
it.
for
Little
numbers.
boutique sounds expensive. Doesn't sound cheap.
That's
Never
right.
sounds
That's
cheap.
right. That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. That's where we're at. Yeah. But for a little boutique, we do decent. You know what I mean? We
How
do pretty
many
decent.
deals you gonna close?
For this year,
altogether?
for the whole office? I mean, if we get between 200 to 300, I think we did a good. We had a good
In
year
a little boutique.
Yeah, not bad for a little boutique.
Depends.
That's the
You're
goal.
competing with the little boutiques as well, or
Yeah.
you're providing as a
I mean, a
bigger.
You never heard about the boutique?
I
You,
heard-
you,
yeah, I
you
never
grabbed
heard
on the
him-
word boutique.
I never heard him calling that.
Boutique.
because
Boutique means small burgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, boutique. That's a different word. That's an old word means
Yes.
special store.
That's right.
But
Not
they call
for
real estate
everyone.
offices
You're right.
boutique.
Yeah.
Boutique brokerage.
But that word means more for
Yeah.
the average consumer. That word
Yeah.
means special.
Correct.
That's not only that means special.
Yeah.
He knows what I'm talking about.
More unique.
Yeah.
We're unique.
More unique, buddy. More unique.
yeah.
But yeah, no, we gotta keep it. You gotta keep it low key. But at the end of the day, you're saying competition. We compete. I compete against my pocket. You know, what I mean, it's not. I'm not competing against you and the other agent. You know, it's about we're competing with each other.
Yeah.
And not each other in the office. Like I'm competing Greg against Greg. That's it. How much money I want to make. How much I want to
Sure.
push
If you
myself.
if you're like
You know?
compare like even on the agent side, if you're competing against other agent, you lose focus.
Yeah.
You start making stupid mistakes.
Correct.
Same thing with, like building a brokerage or whatever you want to do. You have to just be better than you, because if you start looking at somebody else, then
You can't.
you
do that.
forget about the client.
Especially analyzing what they're doing, you're losing your own view.
Yeah,
what
you
you
Right.
should do.
Then you're
Right.
trying to get,
Like,
you're trying to
my
do something else.
Focus right now is agents, our agents.
Yes.
This is the only person that I'm thinking about. Our agents in our office. What can we do better? What kind of events we do better? And if I focus on that person, then everything else takes care of itself.
Yep.
You know, if I start thinking about other company, what they do, and start to catch up, then it doesn't work.
Correct. I agree. You got to focus on yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah,
You know what
that's
And-
not an online business. That's because in online, if you Zillow, you're looking at what truly you're
That's
doing.
different.
What
True,
what-
it's still the same thing.
No,
But in this-
whatever. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. But in this business, yeah, different.
In our business, you
Yeah.
can stay.
But in this business too, it's all depend on your life too, right? On your lifestyle, right? Some agents like me and you, maybe we need over 50 deals too, because we have a certain lifestyle. Frank maybe needs only 10 deals, and he saves even more money than us. So every agent out there you don't have to close 100 deals. You could close 10 and
Yeah, we got a guy who does rehabs. He just wants to do his
Yeah.
broker's own deals, and then if he runs into somebody or he does work,
he does well.
yeah, he does okay. Yeah, he does like a remodel, like, oh, we're gonna sell.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
No, but yeah,
so
I got a guy. I don't know if you know him, Aram. He was producing.
I
He
know
was
him,
selling
yeah.
himself, and
He's a
then
good
he
guy.
just quit the whole thing. Retired. Just almost gave up the license, but he keeps it for listing his own flips.
yeah.
yeah.
He just decided to cut the cords.
Well,
you know?
so it's not for everybody. He tried it. He just probably didn't like it. He's like, okay, I don't want to deal with people.
He's doing rehabs, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
he
But
probably-
then his goal, it's just temporary too.
You're
His
gonna
goal
get
is to
burned
get
on a
into
rehabs too.
commercial.
That's just a one repeat thing. You just
You know
do
Manny
one, one,
Koshman?
one, one.
Manny Koshman, you know?
No.
He's on YouTube, big guy. He's got, I think, 500 million worth of real estate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think Aram said he wants to do, like do commercial flips. You buy something,
That's
rehab, rent it, and then either refinance, move the money
Ben
somewhere
Mala.
else, or just sell it and then 1031.
Ben Mala.
Mala, yeah, those
Belmont,
guys.
yeah. I mean, you know, you
But
gotta,
it's a different type of work.
correct,
Here you're dealing with clients and you have zero risk.
correct, absolutely.
That you're
100%.
dealing with buildings and you have all the risk.
Yeah, you got a lot of
100%.
risk.
And you have a
Completely
lot of
different
depth.
type of personality you
You
need
don't
to have.
want something change on your way.
I know for myself that I'm not good at flips. I'm not good also at seeing the property and visualizing how it's going to look. I don't see it. I don't have it. I've never, like, I walk into a property that needs a lot of work. Unless I'm going to buy it to rehab and rent it, then
Yeah.
I'm doing it. But to rehab and sell, it's not for me.
I mean, everybody.
But
yeah.
I'm interested in building a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, now you're
Because
getting
I've been,
building
Building
brand new.
something.
yeah,
building.
like buy a lot, build,
Oh.
sell.
Constructing,
Buy a
constructing.
lot, build and rent and keep, refi, things like that.
But that's risky too, believe it or not. You got to
Oh,
watch
of
out
course.
because you could have a lot of
course it's-
collateral tied up.
Of course,
You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden the market switches. I saw it happen 09, 010,
course.
2010, right, Frank? A lot of builders even lost their ass off.
Of course.
And they had like a lot of collateral, like their building tied up, their savings, and all of a sudden they went bankrupt. So you got to watch out. I mean, going fast is good. I'm all about reaching goals, and I'm a maniac for it. But slow and steady is good too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to overdo it or over leverage. That's my
There's a
opinion.
risk, there's a reward too.
There is. That's true.
The lower the risk, the lower
That's
the
true.
reward.
And if you get burned, I guess you start all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then me and Frank will be at the beach. We'll call it.
All right, on that note, we're gonna finish the
All right,
podcast.
man.
We got the XR people here.
Thanks,
All
Komar.
You know,
Thank you.
I think we gave him a good hospitality here at the podcast.
Everything was
Hope
awesome.
we didn't step on your nerves, guys. I hope everything
No,
was
no,
okay.
it was a lot of fun. It was a lot
Don't,
of fun.
don't hold back. Are we gonna go for a cigar or what right now?
I think we are.
we should.
Frank doesn't smoke, but we're.
Yeah, you guys can
Doesn't
go.
smoke?
I got to run now.
All right, guys.
All right, thanks
All right,
so
take it
much.
Thank you all.